Good morning. This is video number 6 in the Financial Stress and Money Mindset series. Last week we covered radio frequencies, sort of aligning, using the example of a radio at 100 FM, if that's the station we're wanting, but we're kind of residing, listening to, tuned in to 90 FM. There's no way that we can pick up what's being broadcast at 100 FM, and it's everywhere. It's moving all around us. That frequency is available, but we have to tune our receiver into 100 FM to receive it. So today, I want to talk about a tool for manifesting, and I left off last video with that. And this is actually using gratitudes. Now, stay with me. This isn't the usual gratitudes. I'm going to go into the science behind it and really take you deep into it to be able to change your vibration, to be able to use your conscious awareness, using your awareness practice from the other videos of being present with your body, being present with the moment, being present with life, because your point of power is in the present moment. And where you are now, if this is where you are, but you want to get here, if you want your life to change to get from here to here, you have to be willing to change. So that means you need to align your vibration to here. You need to become that person. So using the gratitudes, it's really just, I call it gratitudes, and it's about aligning, raising your frequency, doing things to practice, looking at life, experiencing life, expressing yourself in different ways to change who you are into the person that you need to be able to experience what you want. Now, if what you want, you look into the essence of it. If you want to feel freedom and you want to feel just alive and full of flow and abundance of life, and just feel really good on the inside, and you're not feeling that right now, and the thing that you want, the essence of it is that. Well, if you start practicing every day, looking for things that make you alive, things that make you feel excited, make you feel that flow and make you feel free, little things, and you start raising your vibration, aligning with those emotions, with the essence of your goal, you're actually achieving your goal in every step, in every little step, and you haven't even really achieved the thing that you think will give you that. And so when you align with that and you start aligning with 100 FM, you naturally just pick up everything that's being broadcast on that frequency. So things start coming to you, opportunities happen, you take steps that just naturally lead to the things that you want, and they start coming into your life without efforting for them anymore. Gratitudes are a way to do this. Now, what I mean by gratitudes, it's focusing on things you're grateful for. But when we do that, look at how you feel. Sit and imagine for a moment. Just imagine something you hate, somebody that did you wrong, something that you can't let go of, something that you just don't like, and look into your body. Use the awareness practice to go into your body, see how it feels, see how it tightens up and clenches up. Like waking from a nightmare, a bad dream, your body's feeling tense and tight, your breathing is expressing the bad dream. Your body doesn't know the difference. It thinks it's really happening. It doesn't realize that, oh, it's not really happening. Well, whatever you imagine is real, or whatever you're experiencing in the moment as real, your subconscious can't tell the difference. So when you wake up from a good dream and you imagine it, even daydreaming on purpose, or wake up from a good dream, your subconscious thinks that's really happening. Your body feels alive and free and really good. So the gratitudes are a way to reprogram your subconscious mind. And because if you're here and you're not here, you have habits and beliefs and ways of living life and experiencing life that, quite frankly, align perfectly with here. This is what they get you. But if you want to be up here and experience that life up here that's a completely different person, you need to become that completely different person. And by being down here and focusing on the lack, and I don't have that, I wish I had that, and every time you focus on what you don't have, I want this, but I don't think I'm good enough, or I don't think I'm worthy, or it just never happens. Anything that something good happens to me, it just It doesn't last anyway, so what's the point? That you're just reinforcing here more and more and more. In order to get here, we need to change the way we look at life. We need to change the way we experience life, the way we experience ourselves, the actions we take, and our general attitude in life. And it's not about thinking positive. Just trying to think positive really doesn't work. It just ends up backfiring. It's not really true. We're just trying to look at something in a different way, make ourselves, everything's positive. But if we're not feeling that way on the inside, it just creates more resistance because it's not really aligned with the truth of how we're feeling. But gratitudes are different. Focus on things, no matter how small, the more the better. Things that you really appreciate, you really enjoy, that make you feel really good. And as you focus on what you appreciate, you start building a habit. Now, consciously, we need to do this for 2-3 weeks or so for it to start becoming a habit. They say 21 days forms, it takes 21 days to form a new habit in our subconscious. I think in 21 days, it's about that amount of time, 3 weeks of doing something, repeating it over and over, where we're able to start doing it more automatically. It becomes familiar and easier. And now we're able to focus on the finer details of it more and more, and even think about other things while we're doing it, and then that program starts operating a bit more automatically in the background. And after 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of doing it, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. So as we start focusing on little things of, wow, look at that. Like right now, I'm just looking at these incredible yellow flowers. I don't know what they are, but they're amazing. The color and all of these flowers. And just a bit earlier, I was walking along at this spot, and there was this area where there was a bunch of sort of fill dumped over and piled up in this area, and I guess there were a bunch of seeds of wildflowers there, and there were incredible tall red and orange wildflowers. I don't know what they were, but they were amazing. I was just standing there in awe, in such appreciation. It just felt so good in my body. I was up here. The more you do that, the more you look at everything and start focusing on the truth and what you love about it. It's true. If you find something you love about it, it's amazing. Look at this amazing stump right here. It's just growing a whole tree out of it. It's incredible. I'm just looking at stuff like that as I walk along, and it just feels so good. It's raising my vibration without even doing anything. When you focus on what you don't like about something, catch yourself. Use the awareness practice and go, oh, how do I feel? I feel down here. Is this aligning with my goal, the 1,000-piece puzzle? Not really. It's kind of the opposite of that. It doesn't feel good. It's what I don't want. It creates tense and tightness and resistance in my body. If you're feeling resistance, how are you going to get here when you're resisting life? You can't allow that flow and freedom in resistance. So it's creating flow. When you look at something and go, okay, well, I don't really like that about it, but what do I like about it? I really appreciate that it's given me a really good opportunity to work on these tools, to find something I appreciate about it, to be able to learn some patience and breathe and catch myself going into resistance and then open up that flow. Find something you appreciate about it, whatever it is. If it's somebody that you're challenged with, it might even be that there's somebody that's actually challenging you to grow and to it's really hard to love that person. And it's really hard to accept that person. But we could really do it if we want to. But we don't necessarily have to start with the hard things, but just focus on little things if you can't work on all of the things. Refocus onto something else that you appreciate. Go into the feeling of it. Now, look at the end of the day, close your eyes, go back, and think of all the things in the day that you appreciate. Imagine them to the point where it's bringing feeling and emotion in your body. That's what you want. You want to feel the feelings and emotions of that life that you want, of how good that feels to have all that in your life. And if you can go into the feelings of having that, the feelings of emotion, of appreciation, I really appreciate what I have. I really appreciate this incredible lifestyle. Go into the feeling and the emotion and align your feelings and emotions with that lifestyle that you really appreciate. As you start appreciating and you're grateful for things, you're actually aligning with that. Now, next week, I want to talk about a garden. We're planting basically seeds each and every day. What we do with this garden really determines how well the garden is going to grow. How we tend to the garden and where we plant things is going to determine the shape and of the garden and what grows in the garden. And so I want to talk about that. And this is another very powerful tool, a way to make change. But the gratitudes, do this every day, all day. It's going to be hard. It's going to take a while. It's going to challenge you to keep remembering, because you're going to, have to, if you really want to make these changes to go from here to here, it's letting go of those old beliefs, who we were, and becoming the person that achieves that success, that appreciates and enjoys that success. So appreciate and enjoy everything you can think of that's real. Make it real. And then what happens is your mind starts automatically looking for things that bring appreciation and joy in your life, and you start attracting more and more things that align with that. And even if you didn't achieve the actual thing you originally wanted, you'll be there anyway, because that's what you wanted, was what that thing gave you, the feeling of happiness and joy and freedom and flow, whatever it is, the essence of your goal. So do the gratitudes, give it a go, reprogram your mind, do the awareness practice. Now down below, there's a link to the whole program here where you can get all the videos in a row on my website, free, no sign up required, and it just makes it easy. You can go right from the beginning if you haven't seen them all. But as well, down below here, there's a link to my mindfulness series, which will help you to connect to your body and your body feelings in the present moment, where your point of power is to really reside within yourself, and to be able to do the gratitudes, to be able to notice when you're focusing on negativity, things that are holding you back, to start noticing negative beliefs and be able to breathe through them. Okay, and this is free, no sign up required. You'll find it will really help you make the changes you want to be able to manifest that life you desire. So I look forward to seeing you next week in the next video. My name is Arnie Peterson from Hypnotherapy Victoria, and I wish you an absolutely wonderful rest of your day.